Hi and welcome again to Tech It Out. Today we're going to be looking at Trevor's route from Lopok Airport up to the crash site. You can see there are quite a few topographical highlights on the map here and various buildings and so on. The first of which of course is the airfield buildings themselves as he leaves the airfield and heads up. The next thing we'll see in a moment is the water treatment works just under the plane there. That's the rectangles, different colours, blues and greens and so on. He heads up next to school. It's Los Berros Elementary School, just there in the yellow. There's also some highlights in the blue and red circles as well. You'll see them again in a moment. Then he has a continuity error and he actually jumps to where those blue circles were. He goes back then to above the school itself. So he's back above Los Berros. And then in a moment we'll see him heading a bit further out and you'll see the other landmarks as I mentioned. You've got a factory there on our right hand side as you look at the images, and then a little further on you'll see another continuity error which we'll get to in a moment, and then we go back to the factory on our right hand side, and there's that little squirrely mark highlighted in that other blue circle which is on the left hand side, so we know we're in the right place. He heads up from there then up to Highway 101 and then he turns to the right and follows on the mountain side of 101 until we get to Los Alamos, and then you see in this purple rectangle here an area that I've marked out because the building and the topography are quite distinct and you can see them as he's looking out from the mountain side of Route 101. It looks like a tree, you know, a dead tree sort of thing with the branches. Anyway, he continues down and he goes down all the way until he turns right and heads up into the mountains. And is it Neverland or something it's called there? The first thing that we notice as we go into the mountains is the quite distinct again patch on the mountain there and a little water reservoir or pond or something in the mountains. I've marked them in the blue and red circles for you so you can see where he's entering, and then he seems to fly straight up to the place where he jumps out. Now when he gets there, the bail site is marked in blue, the crash site is in red, and take a note of the little patch on the mountain again in the yellow. So he jumps out and you can see he's definitely at the base of the valley in which the plane crashed. Okay, I'm getting tongue-tied now. And he's going down. You can see the crash site, the red circle there, as he goes headlong towards the ground. The plane starts to dive and turn to the right, and then it goes a bit further. You can still see the crash site beneath the plane. The next shot that we get is when the plane has done a full 360 degrees, and we see that it's coming back across this area of mountain, and quite distinct again, the cracks where the streams or whatever have run down the mountain, and you can see them here in the yellow, and that patch is there again in the yellow, so you can see that. So you can see that the plane actually went straight over virtually the top of this little ridge here. It came around, then it came spiraling into the crash site, and again that little patch there marked out in yellow. So this leaves the one and only question really, what the hell is this? Because this plane doesn't go anywhere near the area that the plane crossed, that ridge. As you can see, it goes down and then it goes right down to the bottom of the valley. Is nowhere near, that plane is nowhere near where the plane in the image crossed the ridge. Thank you for watching.